a little bit of a later start than we wanted, but got the boat launched. Get over there. Alright, you guys good? You didn't wipe my seat off for me, Todd.
I did.
No.
Frick.
Alright, first morning in Ohio. See what happens. We can't see shit. It's foggier than shit. Well, continuing on with the 2024 season, after killing my buck back at the end of October, we have left Pennsylvania and are now in Ohio for the rut. After finally being able to tag my first archery buck ever, I was going into this hunt with all the confidence in the world. On top of that, I was out here with my dad, my good buddy Todd, and our wives. So no matter what happened, we knew it was going to be a fun trip. Our plan for this trip was pretty simple. We are hunting a piece of public land that me and my dad hunted for years before I moved to Pennsylvania. So to start off, we used the information that we have gathered over the years to pick out the best spots that we know of to start off at. And then from there, adapt. For me, that meant heading back up the bottom of this one ravine to where a bunch of other fingers come down, creating this great rut funnel. Now, unfortunately, we had gotten a much later start to the day than we had wanted, but it allowed me to be able to take note of the buck sign all throughout the bottom of this ravine on my way in. Within the first 30 minutes of being in that stand, I saw a couple of does off in the distance running through, but they were there and gone so quickly that I didn't get the chance to get any footage of them. I then sat there the rest of the day and didn't see another deer. But with the sign that I saw in there, I knew they had to be there. So for the next morning, I decided to go right back to the same spot, but with how little time that we have here, I know that if I don't see what I need to see, I'm going to have to make a move. Well, good morning from the Ohio timber. It is a cool, calm morning here in Ohio. Just starting to break daylight here. Squirrels are starting to get down out of their trees and make all kinds of noise. It's November 9th, and it really hasn't felt like it yet. I'm right back in the same stand I was in yesterday. Saw a couple doe in the morning, but they came through so quick I wasn't able to get any footage of them. But other than that, it was a very, very slow morning, slow day in general. Not what you would expect from early November. But they're here. There's evidence of that. There's all kinds of scrapes and rubs all through this bottom. It's been kind of warm this week, leading up to the weekend, but now that the weekend's here, a little cold front came through and it dropped about 10-15 degrees. So I'm hoping that's what it takes to get these bucks on their feet. I'm set up right back over top of these two scrapes, and those scrapes are a big reason why I'm here, but the other reason is the way that this bottom lays out is this is just a big hub right here. There's all kinds of fingers coming down these different ravines that are right here, and deer just love crossing through this point. I was gonna do a little rattling and grunting and bleating to see if I can't convince one of these bucks that we have on camera. Here comes deer right here. spot that we've hunted a ton in the past. Well, it's the afternoon of our second day here in Ohio. I just got set up in a new spot. This spot here has historically been a very good rut spot. Just be nice to see some antlers. Get an idea of what to do, where they're going, where they're coming from. It's November 10th. It's just about 4 o'clock now. Got about an hour and 45 minutes to hunt. It's been raining all day. Still sprinkling a little bit. Decided to check out a new area where driving in and out of the park, we've been seeing a lot of bucks on the side of the road. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Well, it's just starting to break daylight here on our last day in Ohio. I'm right back where I started this trip. Big storm moved through yesterday. Dumped rain all day. Snuck out for the evening, but I decided to go somewhere else. Squirrels are starting to move. Birds are chirping. Wind's staying low. It's pretty cool this morning, so gotta imagine that it's gonna be good. High pressure. We'll see. Well, unfortunately, that ended up being the biggest and the only buck that I saw that whole trip. I sat there the rest of the morning and didn't see another deer. For all that sign that was there, I was very surprised that I didn't see more than what I did. But you know what they say, that's hunting. And over those 4 days, my dad and Todd didn't have much better luck than I did. It seemed like these deer just weren't moving that much. Either that or we just weren't where we needed to be. So with that hunt now over, we are headed back to Pennsylvania where my dad still has his buck tag and my trail cameras have been blowing up with buck activity the entire time that we've been in Ohio. Mike's been seeing some good deer on camera here, so we're hopeful that with this little bit of cold front, talking about a little bit of wet snow and rain coming in today, so hopefully these buck are still on their feet chasing does, because this has always been my favorite spot to sit. The stand has been lucky for me, so hopefully today is the day that I can seal my deal on my first BA archery buck. And today I got Mike filming for me, because last year archery hunt, I had a real nice 8-point, probably only about 25-30 yards from me to my left, and my camera arm kept slipping, and I was trying to hold the camera up, but I couldn't do both, hold the camera and get on the deer, so looking back at it, should have just let the camera go and killed the deer, but now I don't have to worry about it because Mike's here taking care of it, filming for me, so just hopeful that these deer follow the script, show up today,
give us an opportunity, and we can get it done before the weather gets too crappy. If not, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Just got 3 days to try to get it done here at PA before opening day rifle. We'll see. We can only hope. The wind's kind of swirling here, so kind of a crapshoot where our sun's going, but hopefully the ozonics helps us out. The deer come in here and give us the opportunity over there. Let's see it. There it is. Yeah. I couldn't tell what it was. I think it was a doe. No. Yeah, it's a doe. That buck's following her. Huh? Hopefully there's a buck following her. Yeah. It sounds like there's two. Two doe. We know they're chasing. He's out on her. He's moving pretty quick after her now. He's probably gonna come in behind us. They're circling up towards the top. What now? What's that? What'd you say? They're circling up towards the top. They're probably gonna come in behind us. Okay. Hopefully she picks up a bigger buck. I'll tell you what, I got my blood pumping. Yeah. I heard that grunt. Yeah, he's this little guy. Yeah. At any point could you have shot him? No, there's too many of those little scrub trees down there. Yeah, I thought so. I never, I mean, I couldn't chance shooting an arrow through there. little small buck chasing a doe pretty hard. But buck come through, a couple of doe, but just not what we're looking for though. It was an entertaining morning. Gonna head back, grab some lunch, and then go out and sit the afternoon. It's supposed to rain, but maybe it rain all up to later tonight. Give us a good opportunity here this afternoon.
So after the morning we just had, we came back after lunch expecting the afternoon to be just as good, if not better. However, the rain did not hold out like we thought it would, and we didn't see another deer that whole afternoon. We knew we were right where we needed to be though, and just needed the weather to cooperate. So that next morning, we decided to go right back to that same stand.
Second morning in here. Rain let up just before we got here. Just a little drizzle. It's kind of foggy right now. So far I've been in the stand maybe an hour. Haven't really seen anything or heard anything. So yesterday morning I think it started up right about 7:30. So hopefully they get chasing. At least we don't have it raining now. That's the best part. It's not really that cold either. So should be a pretty comfortable set. Just need to see some action.
We had another great sit that morning, and we saw a ton of deer movement, just like the day before. We had small bucks and does cruising around everywhere, but still no legal bucks. With the weather showing that it was going to be more of the same as yesterday, with rain coming in the afternoon, we decided to stay out of the woods and try to come up with a new game plan for tomorrow. Well, you know what they say, you can't kill him from the couch. And we learned just how true that saying is when we got a trail cam pic of a shooter 25 yards from the stand at 3:30 that afternoon. It's one thing to wonder if you miss an opportunity, but to get a trail cam pic that confirms that you did, it's definitely a gut punch. The good thing about this though is that it did confirm a couple things for us. One being that these bucks are still moving around searching for does, and two, that we are in the right area and just need to be there. So the next day we head back to the same stand in hopes that that buck from the day before is still in the area, or that another one of these shooters comes by doing the same thing. It wasn't until about halfway through our sit that we finally saw some does that looked like they were being pushed. But then a couple of minutes later, when we expected to see a buck following their same trail, we saw another hunter that we can only assume was scouting. And, well, that ended up being the end of archery season for my dad. I tried to get him to stay for another couple of days because I knew these bucks were moving, and it was just a matter of time. But unfortunately, he had to get back home for some work, and he wasn't going to be able to make it back out until rifle season. But after the couple of sits that we had, we knew right where we needed to be for that first day of rifle.